Hi guys, and welcome to my drawing update and the last video for 2016. Oh, how sad. Not really, because 2016 was a bad year. That's been awful. Anyway, first of all, of course I have some drawings to show you guys, but first I thought I'd share some of my Christmas presents with you guys. So I'm gonna do that. And first off, there are some, oops, I should probably turn them around. Look at these. There are some, okay, you can't really see them, but there's some new pencils, pencil brushes. I can always use that. I can always use art supplies, so especially these little fine brushes, they're good. I like those because I like to do lots of little details in my paintings. So yeah, that's awesome. And I got what was I gonna show you? Oh yeah, my little new mug. Look at this. I got this. This is a homemade, well, not the mug itself, but the design on the mug is made by my little niece. She even drew inside of it. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I like this, and I love tea, so it's perfect for me. And yeah, pretty happy with this one. And I got a new calendar. Yeah, there are lots of family photos in there, and I'm not going to show you those because they're private, and they're of my family, and yeah, but a new calendar, which is awesome. I get one almost every year, and otherwise I wouldn't have one at all, and I love these. They are really, really great. So yeah. Ew, did I just, no, not goody. And, oh god, I don't know where to have all this stuff. There's not enough room. Anyway, and another thing I got is a new toilet brush. Look at it. Look at this. Okay, you guys might think that I'm overly excited about a new toilet brush, but Keo is, well, he's 4 years old now, but my old toilet brush is older, which means that toilet brush has had a really hard life, because when Keo was a puppy, he had an affinity for this for toilet brushes. He liked to eat them or make out with them, or I don't know what the heck it was. He just liked the toilet brush. He ruined one and chewed it up completely, and then I had to buy the one that I have now, and that one didn't completely survive, but I've had to make do because of, you know, financial troubles, I guess. Very tight finances, but now I got a new one. Look at how pretty it is. I'm always scared to take it out and actually, you know, put it in my bathroom. He doesn't eat them anymore. He hasn't touched it in years, but still, I don't know. I'm gonna put this out in a minute, probably. I should, yes. Anyway, and aside from that, there is, oh god, I got some stuff from my, well, there's the camera that I'm recording with, of course. Yeah, which I guess I can show you the box, I guess. Here it is. Here is my live cam HD, which still I don't really see that. But whatever. It's a live cam. Well, it is a webcam, and it can do, you know, live cam, so I can do live streams from now on, which I'm going to be really looking forward to doing in 2017. I really want to do a live stream. It's rare that I have time to attend live streams myself, but when I do, it's always a lot of fun, and it always inspires me to want to draw, so I can only imagine that hosting a live stream will be just as great, and I really look forward to that. I hope you guys are interested in it as well, because, you know, otherwise there's no point, but yeah, I have the ability to do that now. And I got these, yeah, new tools. I'm a little bit of a weird girl, I guess. I've always been kind of boyish, and I love having my tools. I actually don't know what it's called in English, but Danish it's a topnøgle set. And I do have one of these already, but it's really old, and it was a cheap one I bought right when I bought the house, which means they're kind of crappy. So these are much better quality, and I love it. And there are even new bits from my drill. Yay! Okay, I'm being weird again. Yes, I'm the kind of girl, I have a really nice drill, and I have a really, really awesome chainsaw and weird stuff, and you know, I got lots of tools, and I like them. And oh god, last but not least, I can't actually show you the thing itself because my brother has it because it was his. It was actually me and my sister's present for my brother. But my brother and I, we like Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy is pretty awesome. Well, not that one. That one actually sucked. Yeah, it really did. But the first Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy X, and that was just awesome. Final Fantasy X is to this day the best game I ever played. It's so good. I mean, and especially for its time, Final Fantasy X had the most amazing graphics ever. And I do enjoy these. I have two Final Fantasy movies. I have Final Fantasy Advent Children from Final Fantasy VII. That's a really, really good movie. And Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. Also a really, really good movie. And once again, this is a crappy game. And I don't know where... This is Final Fantasy 12. We actually have Final Fantasy 13 too. But I don't know where... My brother must have it somewhere. Anyway, Final Fantasy X, awesome game. Final Fantasy 13 was not as good because the story wasn't as good, but it was a pretty good game. The graphics had obviously improved. It looked pretty damn good. And Final Fantasy 15. Now that was the Christmas present I bought for my brother along with my sister. I had to have her help to pay for it because it was expensive. But that is a game me and my brother have looked forward to in like forever. Because it has been under development for I don't know how many years. It was ridiculous. And in the beginning it was called Final Fantasy Versus, but they changed the name to Final Fantasy 15, and apparently they took just about everything they've shown in the trailers out of the game. So we were really excited when we finally had the game, and the 24th we were like, we gotta play this game. And the first thing we started playing and we practically couldn't stop again, and we were so excited because for Final Fantasy 15 they made an anime, only of, I think there are 5 episodes, a very short anime. It's not a very good anime, it's just a little bit of character development, which is fine. And they made an amazing movie. It's called Kingsglaive, and if you guys should see that. It doesn't matter if you don't care for Final Fantasy or gaming. Just watch the movie because it's a good movie. And I think in a way that's kind of a bad thing because that movie really set the game up for failure, because the movie's really good but the game not so much. Yes, we have already played the game through, and what made Final Fantasy 10 and 13 good games is that not only it's fun to play, and there's a really good story. I like those fantasy action stories. They're just they're lovely stories, and especially Final Fantasy X with the World Spira, it works really well. And the way you're told the story from Tidus's point of view, where he is new to this world and he is experiencing it for the first time, and so you get a lot of background story. He doesn't have any relations to any of the characters to begin with, so you go through a lot of character development, and you, the gamer, create a bond with all of the characters in the game, which is really important. In Final Fantasy 15, they drop all of that. The story doesn't really make sense. It's a boring and kind of lazy story. Sorry, Final Fantasy, but I have to say my opinion. It's a very lazy story. It's a typical story. It's the king that has to save his nation. That's it. Noctis is a prince who has to save the people. And that's in the story. And yeah, and like I said, I'm so disappointed because there was no character development in the game itself. You don't get to know Noctis at all as a person. You don't know who he is or what he thinks or feels. You don't get anything like that from him. The only character you get a little bit of that from is actually Prompto, who's a pretty good character. I was disappointed because Gladio seemed like a really awesome character, one that I would really like, but in the game, he's just boring and kind of bitchy, actually. He's really not what I expected. And that is so sad. And the worst part of Final Fantasy 15 is the romance. Sorry, I'm not a romantic. I can't stand romance. I think it's stupid and boring and doesn't make any sense to me. That's just me, and I know that I'm the weird one in this area, so that's fine. But But Final Fantasy 15, once again, you don't get much backstory. The bit of backstory you do have is from the anime and a little bit from the movie, but the movie doesn't really cover anything about Noctis. It covers Noctis's father, the king, and some of his soldiers. It doesn't really say anything about the characters you follow in the game, which is weird. But anyway, the little bit you do see is Noctis is a prince, and he is already arranged to marry a woman called Luna. Once again, lazy name, seriously. Who is an oracle. Once again, lazy, seriously. You couldn't come up with anything better than that. Like, we haven't seen that 5,000 billion times over. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, I'm being really negative. I feel like an asshat, but I gotta get this out of my system. Anyway, those two are arranged to be married. They have met each other a couple of times, but they don't know each other, per se. And yet, the game insists, in the story, you get little glimpses where they're like, oh, I love her so much. You don't know this woman, and she doesn't know you, and yet you love each other? How the heck does that work? I don't understand. And the ending of the game, God, that ending, oh my God, it's so bleh. Sorry. So yeah, and the villain of the game is an obvious villain. He's boring, he's predictable, and yeah, sorry, but that's just the way it is. I hope I'm not totally ruining this for anybody else, but and I'm not just gonna bitch about the game, I'm gonna say the things that I think is really, really good too. And this is not supposed to be a game review, and I'm sorry, but once again, I just need to tell this to somebody. But the game, the graphic of the game, when you're playing, when you're moving around with your characters, it looks amazing. From an artist's point of view, this game is so stunning. It's so beautiful. Wow. The only thing they could have done better in the graphics department is that in Final Fantasy X and 13 and the other games they have, in the cutscenes where, story is happening, they cut to the really awesome graphics, the one they use during the movies and stuff like that. In Final Fantasy 15, they don't do that. They just go with the regular graphics of the game, which is still really, really good, but we know they can do better, so once again, it seems lazy to me. The combat system, well, when it works, it's awesome, but there are a lot of times when it doesn't work because the camera is your worst enemy in Final Fantasy 15. It's really stupid. I don't know why they made it the way they do. You control the camera yourself, and there's so much. Once again, the graphics is amazing. It looks awesome, but when you're in a forest and trying to fight in a forest, the camera gets stuck in bushes and in trees, and you can't see what's going on, so you can't do anything. And, well, you can keep defending yourself, but then you're not really getting anywhere, so yeah. Yeah. Not that much great to say, and it is so sad because the game could have potential. It's really just, yeah, I don't know. It was disappointing. I'm sorry, and the only reason why it's so disappointing is because I expected more from Final Fantasy after Final Fantasy X and 13 was a pretty good game, again with some pretty good characters. Not as good as Final Fantasy X, but almost. It was good enough to be a good game. But Final Fantasy 15 was lazy, really lazy work. Sorry, but it was. The graphics, once again, looks amazing. I probably might do some illustrations of some of the backgrounds and, I don't know, maybe some of the characters. I'm not sure. I don't really like the characters that much, but whatever. I think that's more than enough for Final Fantasy. I'm sorry I went on a rant, but I had to. I just couldn't help myself. Anyway, let's get to drawing stuff. If I can find where I put my... Here it is. Here's my little sketchbook, and I actually have to finish this soon because I gotta go. I gotta go to my parents' house for New Year's, so... Anyway, here is the first sketch in my little purple sketchbook. I've sketched a little bit, but not a lot in this. And it is an elephant. Look at that. And here is a... I don't know if you can see it. It's the winter landscape because I drew this in, December? December 9th is when I drew this. And here is a page dedicated to Sin. Just him making faces. You can't really see it that much. Come on. Here we go. That's a little bit better. Not exactly a great page, but it's okay. Me drawing a cityscape because I hate drawing cityscapes and anything man-made, but I gotta practice. So yeah, he is my tiger, and I'm pretty happy with this tiger. The colors are, I love the colors I used, but as per usual, my felines, the eyes are great, but the nose and mouth and muzzle area this just looks wrong. The angle is wrong, and I think it's too long. I'm not sure, but yeah, the colors are awesome, so who cares. And here I am trying to draw myself a little turtle. This is the first time I'm attempting to draw a turtle, so I'm really excited about how it's going to turn out. I gotta color it though. And a quick sketch of Misaki, because it's been a really long time since I last drew her, so I just had to. And yeah. And a page with little horses. I actually used to do this a lot when I was younger, like I think 13 or 14 years old. I drew a lot of horses kind of like this, where I just took a marker and I would just start scribbling it into a horse, and I didn't care whether or not it looked realistic or the body proportions were right. I just wanted some nice flowy lines and just movement, I guess, and I think I succeeded. And I think I still have some of the old drawings of this in my parents' place. I should probably bring that home so I could show you guys. That would be fun, and it's been a long time since I last looked at them. And come on, stupid light. A sketch of some mushrooms from a photo that I took in November, and this needs coloring, and that is the last sketch here for this time. And then there is my, I don't remember if I have, I don't know if I've shown you guys already. But these are sketches for me to make some more crawling elves, you know, my little Christmas chibis. And the first guy here is my little white-haired dude, and I finally came up with a name for him. His name's gonna be Hide, because Hide was the only character in Tokyo Ghoul that I liked. So yeah, I don't watch Tokyo Ghoul anymore. I tried, but it was just not interesting for me. I'm sorry. Just not for me, but I liked Hide, and so I adopted his name. Anyway, and here is Mars that I still need to fix her. Something about her just looks wrong in this. I can't really decide what it is, but yeah. And oh god, I forget your name. Oh, Kanani, that's right, that's your name. I forget that all the time. Bad me. But that's Kanani, my little werewolf. And that's it for the little chibis here. And then I have got, where's my other sketchbook? Where did I put my other sketchbook? Good God. I have somehow managed to lose it. That's not good, because I had something to show you guys in it. Really? Where is it? God dang it. I'm not a very organized person, as you might have guessed by now. Not even close. And, oh, there it is. Alright, I'm sorry, this is going to be such a long video, and I'm not going to re-record it because I don't have time for it, so yeah. Sorry again about me flipping out about Final Fantasy, but yeah, I can help myself. Anyway, here is, I know I've shown you guys this before already, but this is the color study for my, for the portrait of my sister's dog, and I finished this drawing. I don't have it anymore because I used it as a Christmas present for my sister. But the finished drawing of this little, you know, color study is going to be the first video of 2017. Blah. And I am really excited about that because I think the drawing turned out really well. I can't wait to show you guys. I just thought I'd show you the, you know, what's it called? God, I forget. I'm so forgetful today. The color study drawing one more time. And here is what I'm working on now. I'm gonna do a portrait of a lion, because I should really get started on using those photos I took when I was in Africa. So I should really use those to draw after, you know, use for references. So I drew this little thing for the sake of color study. I'm not happy with the colors yet. I am gonna keep working on it because this doesn't look right to me. So I'm gonna try again. In the meantime, though, I have already sketched out my lion on a big piece of paper. This is once again going to be an A3 drawing. And here is the sketch of my lion. Well, this is the line art for my lion. The sketch is, I think, I don't know where the sketch is. I don't remember. And this is sketched up on watercolor paper, actually, but I used the watercolor paper for my chalk pastels. So, yeah, it works okay together. I really should find some better paper for the chalk pastels, but I don't know where to buy that yet. But that's my lion. I can't wait to start coloring him, but I gotta figure out the right colors first, which is something that takes me a while, apparently, with this one. Anyway, and what do I have more of sketches? I have, I sketched on some random pieces of paper because I really shouldn't do that, but I did. And there's a failed sketch of Yue and, you know, a little bit better, a sketch of Ray. And then there is a sketch of, whoops, where are you? Oops, okay, I put it someplace else. Here you are, Ash, here he is. Of my OC Ash looking creepy because Ash is creepy. And yeah, and this is in relation to something completely different. And I will show you guys. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Actually, you are gonna have to move. God, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch such a long video. I hate this. I really shouldn't have talked that much, but I can't help myself. Anyway, I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't, because I'm a dumbass. And here we go. Woohoo! I can't show this enough. Look at how pretty it is. Yay, I'm still very happy with this drawing. I also kind of like this drawing still. It's pretty good. Yay. Anyway, here is my winter spirit. Here's the sketch. And the sketch is, for some reason, turned the opposite way. I don't know why. This is just tracing paper. It's see-through, so you can see it on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. But here's the sketch. And the finished drawing, you've already seen that in a speed paint like 2 seconds ago, maybe, I don't know. Depends on which, you know, order you watch these videos. You know, there's a chance you haven't seen this yet. But here it is, my winter spirit, and yeah, the way she looks. I don't know if you can tell at all, but I do have some gold marker that I used in her little, what the heck, what's it called? A crown thingy. I don't know what it's called. But I don't think you can see that properly. Anyway, doesn't matter. And there's a little bit of silver on there too. Really love the colors on this one. And she's going back. And then there is this. This is a new sketch. I sketched it just the other night. Actually, the confidence I gained from drawing the wolf on my winter spirit drawing, I used it right away and drew this little wolf here. And I'm finally going to get started on my... Oh, I'm finally going to get restarted on coloring, or rather on drawing on these colored pieces of paper. These nice thick papers that I'm going to decorate with a nice beautiful drawing, hopefully. And my plan for them was to pick an animal and just draw a random character along with that animal and maybe do some floral design around them. But that's what I'm going to do on these, you know, colored pieces of paper. And I'm already drawing this over. I'm kind of in the middle of... I'm kind of in the middle of tracing this drawing onto here, which is not easy because this red is very, very, very dark. So it's not easy to see the pencil lines. It's actually easier to see them on the camera. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, so I'm in the middle of that right now, and then I'm going to use my markers to do some shading on it, and probably going to use my polychromos to try and get some lighter colors on, so to make some highlights and stuff like that. But I'm not going to color it fully. That's not the point here. I just want to... I don't really know what kind of look I want yet. I'm not completely sure, but I'm going to figure it out. I can't wait to finish this, though. I'm so happy with the wolf. It's so pretty. And of course, you know, wolf is my favorite animal, so I chose my favorite color to draw my favorite animal on. That makes sense in my brain. And you still need to stay. Goody. And along with, I was kind of, where did I put the, oh, here it is. I don't like the face. Her face to me looks wrong. This girl, the eyes look wrong to me. They're placed wrong on her face. So I'm trying to fix that, but on this one, she just looks extremely creepy. That's probably because I haven't finished the other eye yet, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying until I get it right. I'm gonna make sure this drawing is awesome. And I think that's it. I think we're through. Oh, happy day. It only took me almost half an hour. So with that, I think I'm gonna go home to my family pretty soon, and I'm gonna surprise my sister. I'm totally ready for tonight. I bought balloons. I'm gonna make balloon animals for my sister. The limited amount of balloon animals I can make. It's not a lot, but I can make some, and it's funny, and you know, this is good fun. And with that, I'm gonna leave you, and I hope your 2016 was better than mine. Oh my god. And I hope that we're all gonna have a really great start on the new year. And I'm excited for 2017. I'm excited for doing live streams for you guys, hopefully, finally, and doing lots of awesome art and more collaborations. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the new year and what it's gonna bring. And that's it. I hope you guys have a great New Year's Eve, and I will see you guys in the new year. Bye.